speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we straight news stories that matter.
We go beyond lunch to uncover the real facts.
Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with today's weight bills.
99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itime and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon, welcoming you to Hard Facts. I hope you had a great weekend, because I did. By the way, my birthday was all through the week into the weekend. I don't think I've had so much fun as the one I did this weekend. It was just, for a girl who lives a regimented life, I had too much fun for one person. And I paid for it today at the gym. But welcome to the show. It's the big weekend today. We start off with the stories that have been making the news all through the weekend into the new week. And of course, you get to talk to me about those stories as we try to make sense of it and give it some backing. Well, in case you do not know, Kanu has said that he's backing down from his defense because there is no case. And of course, the ADC is continuously pressing Mr. President to explain what exactly happened with this coup situation. The army saying there was no coup plot. The government has shaken up the army, and we want to know what the true picture is. So does the ADC. Do you want to know what the true picture is? Anyway, on the 4 o'clock hour, we'll be going into town to find out what or how you are able to maneuver across the city, whether you're on the mainland, you're in Ikorodu city, you're in Ekpe, you're here in maybe in Lagos Island, and of course here in Lekki and Victoria Island. How are the roads? How is the traffic situation? Is it easy going? What's the last mile official at your junction doing? Because I see that a couple of them now have recruited children. I'm saying this loosely. It's not that they've recruited them, but you see, kids are now the ones who are in charge of traffic. Only in Nigeria. And for a state who's quick to domesticate the Child's Right Act, child labor is happening right under our noses. Whether we said yes to it or not, it's happening. And how are the police officers doing? 200 naira is no longer enough now. It's like 1K. Welcome to Hard Facts. Of course, on the 5 o'clock hour, Chief Bode George joins me as we talk about the future of the People's Democratic Party. As we talk about the future of the People's Democratic Party, their pending national convention and all the wahala that surrounds the PDP. Will they make it past 2025? Well, welcome. My name is Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We will be right back after this break. And you know how we start off the conversation today? This is how we do it.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Let's be honest. This isn't the show for the faint-hearted. We don't do PR here. We do truth. We don't repeat headlines. We interrogate them.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
The big weekend.
It's the big weekend on Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Have I ever told you that this is my favorite place in the whole world? Yeah, my second favorite place is the gym. Anyway, let's go. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Let's go to the big stories for today. National Assembly Committee recommends creation of 6 new states. Yes, 6 new states. And one of those states is the one that's being pushed by Senator Maryann Okon from Delta North. He had a few interesting things to say yesterday when he was on television. I'll play that clip later on the show. Let me just give you some background, then I'll ask my question, shall we? The Joint Committee of the Senate and House of Representatives on Constitution Review has approved the creation of 6 additional states. Now, this is one of the key resolutions reached at the end of a 2-day retreat co-chaired by the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honourable Benjamin Kalu, here in Lagos. The Joint Committee considered a total of 69 bills, 55 state creation requests, 2 boundary adjustments, and 278 local government creation requests during the retreat. Now, during the consideration of the 55 requests for the state creation on Saturday, the Joint Committee unanimously resolved that 6 additional states be created in the country. So I'm going to ask you guys, help me please. The 36 states, including the FCT that we have already, how viable are they economically and otherwise? And it's a very serious question. It's not a biased question. It's a very serious question. Just think about your state. Think about your state. I mean, there's several people who live in Lagos who are not from Lagos State, but so think about your state. How economically viable is it? And of course, with the economics that we're looking at now, states have all kinds of resources, and there's some states who have none. If we take out the monies that they share, that comes from one part of the country, one region, which is the Niger Delta, what do the states have? I mean, the governors are lavishing these monies, flying private jets, buying their girlfriends' cars, sending their wives on very expensive retreats, doing everything else but developing the states. Why do we need 6 more? I mean, if I were a lecturer, I'd say in 20 words, explain. Anyway, let's move away from that. Soludo, in his campaign all through last week, said something that caught the audience's attention, and they're not letting it go. Apparently, he talked about cash for votes, and that pledge has stirred controversy. And this story is from the Punch newspaper. Let me give you some background. Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo has stirred controversy after announcing a cash reward for every ward won by his party, the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APUGA, in the forthcoming November 8 governorship elections. While speaking on Saturday during the party's campaign rally in Umunzi, Urumba South's local government area, Soludo promised to give his party and supporters 1 million naira. He said, and I quote, "Here's where the problem is. When we were campaigning for the Senate, we were going to win every ward in the South senatorial zone, but we still had some incentives. Any ward that APGA won received 1 million, and we won all the wards in Urumba South. We promised each of these wards 1 million naira, and next week we will redeem it. The ward that comes first will get 5 million, the second 3 million, and the third 2 million. That was the deal. For November 8, any ward that wins again will receive 1 million. The first 3 performing wards will get 5 million, 2 million, and 1 million respectively." Hi, Governor Soludo. What do we call this sort of incentive? How do we categorize it? Vote buying? Subtle vote buying? Vote persuasion? What do we call it? What exactly? How do you feel about this whole incentive that Governor Soludo is giving to, the people in Urumba and all the other places? Let's move away from that quickly. Let's go to The Senate. So this story is from the Vanguard newspaper. NECA, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and NACCIMA have rejected the Senate's NSITF takeover. Let's find out what it is. By the way, they have warned against politicization of workers' fund. They say this move to amend the act threatens transparency, violates the ILO's convention, that's International Labour Organization's convention. Now, the organized private sector of Nigeria has rejected the proposed amendment to the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund NSITF Act, describing the move by the Senate as a dangerous attempt to hijack and politicize the management of workers' social protection funds. The organized private sector in Nigeria comprises of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the Nigeria Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, and the Nigeria Association, I beg your pardon, of Small and Medium Enterprises, and the Nigeria Association of Small Scale Industries, NACCI. In an open letter to the Senate President signed by the Directors General of all the 5 organizations, the organized private sector urged the Senate to immediately halt the legislative process, which has already passed its second reading. They're insisting that the proposed changes would undermine the NSITF's tripartite structure and it will violate international labor standards. He says these amendments threaten to fundamentally weaken NSITF governance structure, erode accountability and transparency, and expose the fund to undue political interference. And this is what the organized private sector said. Note the key words here: weaken NSITF governance and the structure, erode accountability and transparency, and expose the fund to undue political interference. Any shock here? Are you shocked? Or are you worried? Because the NSITF was founded on a tripartite structure representing government, employers, and labor in strict alignment with International Labour Organization and the ILO Convention of 102 on Social Security, which is the minimum standard, Convention 144 on tripartite consultation, and Convention 87 on freedom of association and protection of the right to organize. These conventions, according to the organized private sector, which Nigeria has ratified, require that social security institutions be managed with the full and effective participation of social partners, ensuring that interests of both contributors and beneficiaries are protected from political or unilateral government control. What's the problem, Senate? Why do we need to amend it? Why do we need to keep it open? Well, I might be wrong, but if you are into, insurance and, these joint payment schemes and stuff, is the Senate doing the right thing? Or do you think that this is just another way for continuous deepening of hands into these funds? And finally, let's talk about that drama of demolitions in Lagos. Yes, apparently the police over the weekend was accused of harassing and attacking residents in Oworonshoki at night while they were demolishing. And by the way, let me play you a clip quickly about the demolishing. Somebody put up a video, was recording from their own apartment, a video of the demolitions at night. And what they are claiming in that video is that the demolition was happening while there were people in the houses. Just take a listen and watch it. We're live on Facebook.com and YouTube.
They are going to kill people in the house. They are going to kill people. They are going to kill people. There are people inside the house. There are people inside this house.
So that's what the person's claiming, because the demolitions were happening at night, as you can see from the video. But also, there are accusations of against the police for attacking certain people in Oworonshoki. Well, the police has come out to say or deny the allegations that policemen attacked residents during their demolition exercise in Oworonshoki, saying the officers were deployed solely to protect government officials and maintain law and order. In a statement posted on X, the police public relations officer in the state, Abimbola Adebisi, said the demolition carried out by the state government agencies responsible for urban development and planning in collaboration with the Lagos State Task Force on Environmental and Special Offences followed due processes. So in other words, if we don't have facts, these are just claims. All right, let's talk Lagos. Let's talk 0201-277-0993. Which of this story jumps at you? Let's hear your thoughts and comments. 0201-277-0993. If you are a lady, 0201-465-7190. But this demolitions, do you think they're going about it the right way? I mean, they've told us before that, look, we gave them, do you notice? And they didn't leave. We saw some weeks ago when they started the protests that stopped traffic from going towards Oworonshoki from the bridge. How well do you think the Lagos state government is handling these demolitions across the state? We'll talk right after this break. We're going to go on a very short break, but post your comments on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. Post your comments on Facebook and on YouTube. I would love to read from you. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts, whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories.
More talk, news, and sports after this. Consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
How do we make our cooking come alive, oh? Pepe Terra. For that tasty meal where you like, oh? Pepe Terra. I mean, you want cook food to impress, oh? Pepe Terra.
Whether it's jollof or na stew, even for porridge or spaghetti, cook to impress with Pepe Terra.
Yeah, Pepe Terra. Mom's love is pure. It's so she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria Info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Say hello, Lagos. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, Abuja. This is Kids FM, the family fun radio. Kids FM is packed with exciting drama, engaging games, inspiring stories, great music, and the kind of conversations that bring families even closer. From sunrise to sunset, we've got something special for everyone in the family. Kids FM is fun for children, cool for teens, and just perfect for parents. It's more than radio.
It's packed with educational content such as language shows, quizzes, storytelling, fun facts, and many more.
It's a family experience you can count on every single day. So, wherever you are, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, or anywhere around the world, you can tune in live on 101.7 Kids FM or stream online at kidsfm.ng. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at kids.fm.ng for all the fun updates, giveaways, and behind-the-scene moments. Kids FM, let's play!
Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard Facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's #1 talk, news, and sports radio station. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. My name is Shegwa Rinze.
We are live from our audiovisual studios right here in the heart of Lagos, Victoria Island, and of course, this is Hard Facts. My name is Maryann Okon. We're looking at the big weekend stories. So many of them, and very interesting things have happened over the weekend. The National Assembly had a retreat here somewhere in Ikeja over the weekend, and they came up with certain ideas. In fact, they've approved 6 more states to be created, but I'm asking, dear Senate and House of Representatives, the states, the 36 states, if the Niger Delta were to say, well, can we all just move to regions and see how we can be self-sufficient? What will the 36 states, including the FCT, survive on? And how economically viable are these states? Or they just wait for the end of the month, go cap and ham, and get their RMFAC monies from the Niger Delta. I'm using it carefully. Yes, I know, because it's money from the oil. I wonder if the general monies that we share also includes the gold in Zamfara and Plateau and all of those things. Because, Dele Alake told us that, he showed us there was a photo up with some gold bars and stuff. How much does that accrue to our accounts? Can the states also share from it? So I'm saying all of these things as an aside. Most importantly, how viable economically and otherwise are these states, the 36 and the FCT that we have now, let alone adding 6? Why do we need them? Are these just for political settlements? And then when we have these states, then what? Then what? Because I've seen one of the poorest states in the federal in this country have an amazing budget that I think to myself that we have to be jokers in this country. And then when it's time for a certain holiday, they would cook. They would say they want to feed people, and then they will earmark another huge amount of money to feed people. But the state is in tatters. So do we really need it? Is the question. And Soludo's cash for votes situation. Do you feel sorry for him? Was he misquoted? Or are you utterly disgusted, as some people are? And then, of course, NECA, MAN, and NACCIMA, they're all saying, look, Senate, that thing that has passed second reading, that bill to adjust the NSITF Act. How do they say it in the streets? Banish that idea. I don't know how they come up with these things. They're saying that because this is a law protected by the International Labour Organization and certain conventions. And if you do touch it or tamper with it, then you're exposing us to all kinds of nonsense, including politicization of our funds. I don't know. I think this is where the workers should be calling. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. And then the Nicodemus demolitions in Oworonshoki and several other parts of the state. There are people who are saying they will kill people. They are going to kill people in these houses because they're doing this in the middle of the night and there's some people still staying there. Can we blame the people that are demolition? Because you see, they say the government is saying they told them to leave those places, but they still are there. And of course, there have been claims also that the police have been attacking residents in Oworonshoki. But the police is saying, it cannot be us. Look at my hands up. It can't be us. 020-127-70993. 0201-465-7190 if you are a lady. And you can join the conversation on WhatsApp. It's 080959750805. You could also join us on X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. On Facebook and on YouTube, you can go ahead and join the conversation there because, yes, we can also take your thoughts and comments on those sites. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Princess Maryann Okon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Ladipo.
This is Pastor Ladipo calling from Orile in Sarigomi. Like you rightly said, why do we need more states? The ones that is in existence now, how viable are they? And are they self-sustained? The president told us that they remove subsidy and give more money to the governor. Where is the money?
Well, Pastor Ladipo, you need to go and ask your governors. You need to go ask them.
Yes, now we have people in government who are bereaved of ideas, of productive ideas. The only idea they have is how to win election. And that is why you see a professor of economics did not bring one idea to grow the economy of his state. Instead, he's saying he's giving a reward to somebody, to people that come out to vote in the name that they want to call voters apathy. You see, it tells you that when people enter into government in Nigeria, they are bereft of ideas. That is why somebody can leave a road, existing road, and wants to start creating a road that will cost trillions instead of fixing the existing one to make it productive economic-wise. Where are we? Where have we find ourselves? Look at those that came to demolish in the night. See, Maryann, there is an existing court judgment. But did they obey it? They come in the middle of the night. And see, I can put my life as a bet. Maryann, if there is election tomorrow, those people there,
all right,
they will still vote for the same party.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I do appreciate it. I'm letting you go because of time. So let's take other calls. Victoria is calling us from Lagos. Hello, Victoria.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Hi, how do you do?
Well done for your efforts in enlightening us. Left to me, pertaining to, I'm speaking in respect of additional creation of states for the eastern part of Nigeria. For equality of states, I will support. But naturally, I would rather prefer that the old structure, Nigerian structure, is not paying us well. It should be broken, and then we practice a true federalism.
So we go back to regions, regional government.
Or we go back to the regions, or we practice true federalism. We are just deceiving ourselves. We are just going in a roundabout manner, and the structure we are practicing now cannot take us to the El Dorado. But for equality's sake, let them give the Eastern people additional stake. They've been marginalized for a very long time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victoria, for calling. I totally get that marginalization part of it, but giving you a state, does it stop the marginalization? Is it more of a psychological thing than just because I don't really know if we understand what it means to have a state. A state will need budgets. It has an economy that you have to run. I mean, I'm not against, even my state, there are people who are advocating for Ogoja State up north. And Ned Walker is advocating for a Neoma State, and he made some interesting points, and he said, in fact, he tied the unrest in the southeast to it. He said, look, once the people in the southeast get the kind of recognition and acceptability that, they need or they perceive they want, all will be fine and dandy. But I don't know. So when you get the state, then I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you guys, those of you who want it, explain to me how this is going to work for you. Because the states that you're in already, how economically viable are they? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good evening, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
I'm Marco from Festac.
All right, go ahead.
Marco from Festac. The fact is that people who actually buy votes and make plans towards doing that don't come out on campaign ground to say that. My governor, who is obviously a professor and a loud mouth, wanted to say that he will motivate.
How dare you talk to Professor Soludo like that?
No, he's my governor, so I have the right. He's my governor. We elected him. So he's trying to motivate the food soldiers, Africa food soldiers at the world level. If you deliver, work hard, move around, campaign and deliver your vote, you will have this. But these are things you don't see on ground. These are strategies from the inside when you address those.
So you agree with him? So you think that this is a great vote buying idea?
You need to see strategy of other people, what they do. These are things you will have to motivate the food soldiers to work. People can be working from morning to night, and some of them are jobless graduates.
Maduka.
You do you understand? So, but there are certain things you don't see on ground, on campaign ground. You scandalize, yourself.
Okay, all right,
so
Maduka. Thank you, Dalu.
That's my governor. That's my governor.
I'm gonna bye bye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll quickly take a call here from WhatsApp. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hi, Maryann, right? Good morning. I'm Osi. I'm calling from Canada.
Welcome, Osi.
Yeah, thank you. I've been listening. On the topic of the creation of state, I'm kind of in between. I'm from Delta State. I kind of support.
So you
the
want
Anyoma
Anyoma State?
creation. Absolutely. I want the Anyoma State. But the problem here is, like you said, the structure. Like the structure right now is faulty. I don't support regional governments. If we can just, practice the true federalism, like they always say, as it should be, then yeah, every state can, generate and manage, their operations and their budgets and their finances. So yeah, personally, I support Anyoma because it's been like a long call from when I was a child. I used to hear about that because Delta State is kind of like mixed. So when people hear Delta State, some people think, oh, you should.
Most states are mixed, really. Along the coastal line, most of them are.
Yeah, so but if for the Anyoma thing, it's been like a long time call because like if you're probably familiar with the term called Delta Igbo.
Bendel Igbo at the time when I was younger, it was Bendel
Exactly.
Igbo.
So they've always wanted to be on their own. So yeah, I support that. And but more importantly, we should call for restructuring in the sense that states can manage their resources, generate power,
Okay.
Manage their police. So that's what I would be clamoring for.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Osi, thank you very much. So he's one of those who are clamoring for Anyoma State. But then what we have, and sincerely, let's just think about your state now. If we take out the factor that rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, did I leave another state? Edo gives oil, and that money is sent to the federal government, and then they decide how much to send to the states. If we take out that factor, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. If we take out that factor, how will the states? In fact, even with the factor in it, what are the states doing? You see, I was having a conversation with my dad yesterday, and I was just moaning about how my state has become a shadow of itself. And it's of no fault of the guy who's there now, but thanks to the funny professor that was there before. Funny guy, really crazy guy. The state, we don't have a functional. You see how we have supermarkets spread across Lagos that you can. I mean, let's not go to Lagos. Let's talk about Enugu or Aba. All the ones in Calabar, they're dead, packed up and left, because Ayade was a terrible administrator. Business is dead. Nothing's happening. And this is also detail for several other cities that you go to. You go to the capital and you just wonder what's happening. Like Ebonyi, first time I went to Ebonyi, I was just like, where are we? Is this the capital? So this is what I mean when I say, what is the viability economically and otherwise of all these other states that we already have, 36, including the FCT? that we need to ask six more. Sincerely, I know that it might make us feel loved and wanted and belong. But how do we make these states work? Because that's what it is. So if I decide that I pack my load today and go to Ogoja State, which I'm from this down south, but I'm saying if I were from up north Cross River and I go to Ogoja State, what's the economic viability of that state? Let's talk. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Joy.
Hi, Joy.
For me, it will get to the southeastern states, and we know the states are not viable to be able to take care of themselves. That is where equity and justice comes in. So let everybody have a fair share of the national cake. Then we cannot say, oh, the states are not viable. But for me, every state.
Why do we have to wait till then to say they're not? They are not viable now. Which is your state viable?
What I'm saying is this: let everybody be on equal. Everybody be on equal. Let me not be the one to start saying, oh, let me have the 5 states now because the country is not viable. Says who? We have enough money. Maryann. Forget it. Let everybody have equal opportunity. Equity is what I'm saying. So everybody have the same state. I'll be happy psychologically. I'll be okay. NACCIMA is okay. Because when you say Delta, Igbo, this and that, they are part of the Southern Eastern, and other states are having other regions. Do you know it affects us in the National Assembly? Do you know it affects us too? So let everybody be on equal. Then later we can answer that and say, okay, we don't have enough money. Oh, let us go back to this ever. But for me, every state is viable. The governors are just lazy. And because of what we are practicing, we're not practicing true federalism, where each state can be able to highlight what they have in their state and not waiting for the national case. That is why I think all the governors are lazy. Every state, Ekiti, Abia, Enugu, they have natural resources that they can harness and make their state a better place. But what we are practicing makes them lazy, makes them look as if they're all waiting for oil money to get what they want.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I'm letting you go because of time. I'm going to take a few more calls and then I'll go to social media and read. I've seen so many messages. What's your name and where are you calling from? Turn off your radio, please.
My name is Ndubisi, calling from Janiki.
Welcome.
Maryann, I support more states. The more money that Mr. President is giving the governors now, what are they using it to do? Let's give us more states. Go to my own state, Imo State. It's only Olu said that the one ruling Imo State. Let them get their own state. Let us Oworonshoki have their own state. I support that because the cheating, the materialism is too much. So as I give it more money
I bet you, Ndubisi, I bet you, that once you people get those states, another tiny group will say that you people are marginalizing them. Do you want to bet me?
Olu people, they don't want to let us to see road from Oworonshoki. Let them give us our own state. Let Olu rule their time. They do materialism in Southeast, in Imo State. Only Olu people that they want to rule in Imo State. Let them give us our own state. Or state.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
You see, I promise not to be a chatterbox today, but unfortunately it comes with the territory. I promise you that if they give my state, Ogoja State, maybe the people in Obanliku will be the ones that are ruling because they're the ones that own the ranch. And then maybe Obubura people will now start saying, we are being marginalized. But key people will now start saying, Nigeria. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon, Maz, you there? Welcome.
Yeah, Maryann, the new state is not that idea. It comes fine. If people can walk in the sun, because we have what it takes to walk and achieve anything we want. But I want to tell Nigerians that the politicians today, they are businessmen. They can never do something to favor us. All we need to do is to work. That development we are looking for. Now we are the one that's going to produce it by ourselves. By forcing all the politicians today, their own business, unless anyone comes to be born again.
Why do we have to produce it ourselves? Why do we need government if we have to do the job of governance for them? Why do they canvass to be government?
No, you never get my point. My point is that we are the one to select good politicians, make people that will give Nigeria what, not people that is in charge now. They are traders, they are businessmen. They don't look like you. I told Malam to the Hausa people, I told them 2014 and 15. I said, the guys that are coming in now, they are businessmen, and this is what they will do. I prophesied everything. You understand? So we Nigerians now, we have learned. We need to put hand and take them out, bring the people we know that are very sensitive, are capable of the job. That's what I mean.
All right.
If you take it to vote them again, you are in pain. You will not be in pain forever.
All right.
People are over the bar.
Thank you very much for calling. And in case you're just joining us, program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, where I'm going to right now. On Facebook, Ugochukwu says, Soludo has nothing to offer. He's using the poverty he institutionalized to his favor. Thank you, Hasfat, for your message. Odunuyi Babatunde Akorede here says, Nigeria is gone as a country. But we're still here. Jacob here is sounding a bit frustrated, and he says, look, we should be talking about African freedom, not politics stories. Unfortunately, they're somewhat intertwined, love. Let's go to YouTube. Blair Aya here says, Saludo's move to pay for votes is not just wrong, it's unethical. Even more concerning is the fact that he's educated enough to know this. The money won't even go around. A select few will pocket it. Black here says, maybe Oworonshoki will no longer exist again because the demolition is much, and we're hearing they are still coming. My sister just called me to ask if I called the radio. I don't explain now because I'm also in Canada. OC. Oh, okay, so that wasn't you. It's another OC. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So Black again says, so everybody needs their own state. The Igala people of Delta, Edo, Anambra need their own state. You see what I'm saying? It's never going to be enough. And one day we'll wake up and have 100 of these states that are almost standing on a finger, not even on a toe. Because we're never going to be satisfied. One day the tiny group will say they are marginalizing us. Only these people that are being governors. Lord have mercy. Let me get to WhatsApp quickly and read some messages on WhatsApp. This one here says, what am I hearing? Anioma State. Okay, let me, that's Delta Igala. Maybe I should cry as well for my own state. The Igala people of Anambra, Igala people of Edo, Igala people of Delta, we need our own state. Don't forget, there's also Igala in, I think there's Igala in Kogi, yeah? Yeah. You guys are everywhere. So maybe you guys should just have United Nations of Igala. Someone says, I'm not in support of creation of new states. However, the regional government will go a long way to salvaging the country. You didn't include Imo, Abia, Ondo, Anambra on the list of all producing states. You only mentioned the South states. Also, when was the last time you visited Ebonyi State? It was in 2000 and it was when you had the elder as your governor. What's his name now? He was under Jonathan. It was under Jonathan. I'm hoping that it's better now. After your professor of practice. Maybe he did something good. Also, when that was okay. He says, especially about Engineer Umahi really did a lot in his 8-year term. Governor Soludo is wrong mentioning money. So is it better that he didn't mention it and goes ahead to do it? Or because I don't understand when you guys are saying he's wrong. He's wrong in every ramification. Whether he was thinking it, whether he was keeping it quiet as a strategy, is it not wrong? Or maybe he should have just kept quiet, because you know what the Bible says, a fool even in his shutting his mouth can be thought to be wise. Is that the case? This one's here from Merchant Man. He says, we don't need more states. Our problem has been mismanagement of resources. Let's go back to regionalism. Okay, that's you. This one here says, saying states are viable or not is simply because we have decided to base leadership on what people who lead us can provide and not the potential that states have. What you don't know, Maryann, is what these guys have subconsciously made us think in the direction that they want us. That's why we keep discussing only what they want us to do. I don't understand. They're the ones who want to give you states, but I'm asking, what is the viability of your state? Don't forget, you're not the one who's running the state. Kwelansky. It's them. How have the ones who have been running these states been able to harness the potentials that every state has? It's a conversation that we must have. And who's going to make them accountable? You, me. Oh, but maybe you're saying that you're talking about the things that these politicians want you to talk about. Okay. If that's how you feel, that's okay. Someone here says, once this scales through, it will lead to endless calls for creation of state. Laddie, thank you. God will bless you, because it will not stop. It will not stop. Adegoke here in Lekki says, when I saw Governor Soludo speaking on TV and dishing out money, about dishing out money, I was disgusted, and I felt like paying him an August visit in October. This is vote buying. This APC government is evil. I used to like Sanwo-Olu when he became governor of Lagos State, but now he has become a pain in the lives of Lagosians. You demolish people's houses at 12 a.m. while they are sleeping. My pain is that the same people will still vote the same government that's treating them badly. Such a pity, he says. Okay, some more messages. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to join the conversation, you can call us on WhatsApp 0809-5975-805. What are the names of the other 5 states approved or proposed by the National Assembly? I'll get to read them out for you if I have time. This one says, Mighty Man. That's a job for another day. This one says, what Governor Soludo is trying to do is vote buying, but this one is vote buying Pro Max. Safiano in Kano. And Robert says, just imagine Professor offering bribes to get votes. A whole former CBN governor. That means he's not doing well in his state. I always say that some professors put this country where it is today. I want to quickly read this message. With the way you call the number, it says, I'm not sure people will be able to take it down. I try to slow down sometimes. It says, meanwhile, Maryann, how does this news issues that you have just raised make you feel? To be honest, how are you not frustrated and angry about these depressing leadership of politicians? It really makes me envy you. The more you want to have hope, the more you see hopelessness. A major concern, he says, is though I'm not surprised, is their visionlessness, which is why I don't vote in the first place. Well, you must vote. I've got to go on a break, Lagos. I've got to go on a break.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
This November, the Battle of Voices returns. Lagos's brightest secondary schools step into the arena. Each one daring to say, I beg to differ. On November 10th, the season 9 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament begins. Passion, logic, and wit will collide, but only one school will claim the crown. I Beg to Differ Season 9, not just a debate. It's a war of words. Who will rise? Who will fall? Who will be champion? November 10th, 2025. Lagos's voices. Lagos's future. Nigeria's best of the best. The best. For sponsorship inquiries, email info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. The Tournament of Champions.
But why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Waiting they create party for mouth. Waiting they cause belly to rejoice. Terra Cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Hard facts.
Yeah, we're back from the break. I want to keep reading some of your messages before we wrap things up here. Ayo here says, afternoon, if government wants to demolish houses, is it when the people are sleeping inside? Police were even rough in handling people. Is this the way we live? Federal government is hiding behind service chief sack, but chief of army staff is now CDS. Can you read my thought? Even if we have 100 states, Nigeria may not improve with the system we're running. If Zamfara gold is not shared, the same way Niger Delta oil is being spent, Soludo afraid of movement. Does our law allow vote buying? Well, that's up to Professor Amopitan. Abby. Adeboyega Adedeji says 6 additional states to the 36 states that is underdeveloped, unproductive, and underutilized. It is a total misdirection and delusional decision by those in power. Governor Soludo hasn't done anything new. All these disbursements of stipends by the ruling party, traders' money, and all the inducements to buy people's conscience and vote is not new. Destruction and demolition of people's property in the middle of the night by Lagos State government is inhumane. Adedeji, thank you so much. And let's see if I have one more message before I go on that break. Yvonne is here. Nicely packed here. I would like to support the creation of additional states. This one says Okun State in Kogi. Where the Yoruba-speaking parts of the state and we're highly marginalized. Insecurity and banditry and poor infrastructure is now the order of the day. Richard from Surulere. Like I said, it's unending. Yvonne Ohaivo is here with the news at the top of the hour. On the other side of the clock, let's go about Lagos. If you are driving, you're a rider, dispatcher, let's talk about roads and traffic. Stay with us.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.